Okay, 240203. We got some revolves happening here, so here we go. We are in metric, so we're going to start with a sketch on the front plane. Create our axis of revolution. I'm going to start with a couple of circles in the line between it, and then I'm going to do a lot of trimming and then some dimensioning. So very important in Creo to have a single line that goes from one end to the other if you're going to revolve around it. It can't be two concentric lines. It has to be one single line there. Let's make this a diameter and make that 30. Unfortunately, our scale, yep. All right, let's undo and let's give this all a modification. Okay, so we're going to lock the scale and I'm going to change this radius or diameter to be 30. There we go. So a lot of times Creo will let's see here. Let's change this one to diameter, make it 20. A lot of times Creo will just update your scale. Something's not quite happening the way I'm expecting it to in this one, so oh, I don't want that dimension or that one. So it looks like I need to give it some line, center line, or point, center line, point dimensions. This should be 9, and then point, center line, point, middle click. That undo. Try that again. Point, center line, point. All right, and this one's gonna be 12. All right, I should now be able to make this 40. There we go. Cool. And revolve that. Okay. Before we mirror this over to get the other half, we're going to add these two little holes. And these holes are interesting. Where you place them, how you sketch it. I'm going to do it as a revolve. Let's see where we're at. Just sketch it on the top plane. Okay. And I want to make sure it's in the center here. If I select the sphere as a reference, that does put that there. That's good. Sometimes I might put a point at the center of the sphere. It can be helpful. But we're going to add a axis and a rectangle. And we'll dimension here to here. Right, and that's going to be a 5 at the back end. That's an interesting number to include, but that's what we're working with. And this is going to be 6. And we'll remove material. All right. Let's see here. The next thing we need to do is kind of cut down this one. And I think the easiest way to do that might be an extrude. And let's see here. I feel like we're missing a dimension. Horizontal, vertical. Maybe I need, All right, let's, dimension I need is from this point to here needs to be 27. Okay. And then instead of this dimension, I need it to be coincident. There we go. And we'll remove material and we'll do a I thought there was a two-sided through all option. To next. Next. There we go. All right. And let's take this entire part. Maybe we'll turn off planes. Take that entire part, and it doesn't want to mirror. So what we can do is a body mirror. So we'll select the body, and we'll mirror the body about the right plane. And we'll do a body merge. Okay. Last thing to do is add the little keyway. So we'll extrude from this face, get that diameter of 19, or sorry, diameter of 10. And we'll add that keyway of 4. And the depth is from the outside of the keyway to the back of the circle. I'm a little nervous when I try to clear this out that I'm going to lose some of my dimensions, but looks like it worked out. So that is going to be a remove material in the opposite direction with a depth of 19. Okay. All right, so if we spin it around, that looks like that. This looks like that. I feel like I got all those dimensions in there, so let's try 175. Awesome. All right. That's a fun one. Some interesting stuff on that one, for sure. So I really like that. I love doing revolves in Creo. They're not all that scary once you know how to get the right lines in there. I did mention having a point or a datum point at the center of a sphere. That one's really easy to do. You can just put a point on the surface, and it gives you the ability to locate where that point is. But if you select center, it'll put a point at the center of a sphere. And sometimes that can be helpful, especially if you're doing a ball joint in an assembly. All right. Hope you enjoyed. Stick around for the next one.